Hey everyone, this is Jordan from Madtown Studios. Welcome back to another episode of Drawing the Facts. I know it's been a while since, last month. I've been pretty much taking a little bit of a time off to try to figure out what to do with the series. I just made a last video of just pretty much an update video of what I'm going to do and some of the changes I'm going to make for the series. But I am back, and today we're gonna just jump right into our episode 3. And speaking of jumping in, today's subject is gonna be a very special green character. Actually, made that 2 very special green characters. They're 2 very popular icons from our childhood: Kermit the Frog and Master Yoda. So, what are we waiting for? Let's jump right in. This is Drawing the Facts with Kermit and Yoda, the Green Edition. So, usually I start off by talking about as to why I wanted to do this kind of drawing, what inspired me, but for this video I want to do something different. I wanted to kind of switch it up and just start off talking about, the main stars of this video, and then later on I'll give into more context to what's going on in the end, as you'll see. Now, let's start off with the dashing amphibian himself, Kermit the Frog. Kermit was created by the late and very popular puppeteer Jim Henson. He started his career in 1955 on the local TV show Sam and Friends. The first puppet was very similar to his current form. The only exception is that he used to have a light mossy green coat, and he didn't have a collar on, making him look a little bit nude. His movements, including his mouth, is controlled by a rubber hand under his green felt, and his arms and legs are controlled by thin rods. Jim Henson, the man who created Kermit, also moved and voiced him as well before his death on May 16, 1990. From then on, the torch was passed on to a puppeteer named Steve Whitmore. In 2017, Steve Whitmore was let go from his role due to some high demands. Henson and Whitmore weren't the only 2 guys who got to voice Kermit. Other actors included Matt Daner, Matt Bessel, Artie Esposito, Victor Urid, Seth MacFarlane, Kevin Shinick, and the legend himself, Frank Welker. Kermit's first cinematic debut started in 1979 in The Muppet Movie. Afterwards, he starred in multiple other films as well, including Muppet Takes Manhattan, The Great Muppet Caper, Muppets in Space, Muppets Christmas Carol, Muppets Treasure Island, and many more. And of course, his 2 most recent films was The Muppets in 2011 and Muppets Most Wanted in 2014. But of course, before his film career took off, Kermit started off in the small screen. From 1976 to 1981, he was part of The Muppet Show. Kermit is also known for a couple of his songs, including his popular one, It's Not Easy Being Green. But he was also an Oscar nominee for 2 songs, including The Rainbow Connection, 1979, and The First Time Happens, in 1981. One of the latest projects that Kermit got to work on with the Muppet Gang was a mockumentary, which lasted from 2015 to 2016 on ABC. Now, I can't end things off without at least mentioning one thing about Kermit and his sweetheart, Miss Piggy. Although these 2 have an on and off relationship, they actually were almost married in the film, the Muppets takes on Manhattan. Well, almost. Yeah, as you can see, Kermit is a figure that has been funny, heartfelt, and also inspirational. In fact, one of his wise words were, "Life is great, but without the bad times, you wouldn't know the difference." Kermit the Frog, actor, singer, dancer, and an author. Our next guest is short in size, yet strong and wise. He really is a force to be reckoned with. Oh, no pun intended. This is Yoda. As everyone knows, Yoda's first appearance was in the Star Wars sequel, Empire Strikes Back, in 1980. But did you know that Yoda was actually going to have a completely different look? In early concept arts, Yoda was actually very similar looking to, well, a garden gnome. He also used to have blue skin and long white hair. Yoda's name of his species is unclassified. Yep. George Lucas purposely left unanswered questions, just to make Yoda a lot more mysterious. No one really knows what the name of his race is, or why he has his very famous speech pattern. And speaking of speech, Yoda is voiced by Frank Oz. Frank Oz also controlled the puppet for Yoda. Frank Oz is also credited for voicing other characters, including Miss Piggy, Fozzie Bear, Cookie Monster, Bert, and Grover from The Muppet Show and Sesame Street. Yoda was also voiced by John Lithgow from the radio adaptation. And he was also voiced by voice actor Tom Kane in video games and TV shows, as well as voicing Admiral Akbar. He's known for doing the voices of Professor Utonium and him from the Powerpuff Girls. Yoda started off as a puppet for Empire Strikes Back, Return of the Jedi, and The Last Jedi. But he was recreated in CGI for the Attack of the Clones movie and Revenge of the Sith. These were some of the behind-the-scenes facts of Yoda. Now let's dig a little deeper into his character. In terms of history, Yoda's birth is 896 BBY. Other characters are similar to his species include Mrinch from the Star Wars Tales, Yaddle from the prequel trilogy, and Vandar Tarkar from Knights of the Old Republic. Yoda's Jedi Master is Nakata del Gormo. Yoda is known as being one of the greatest Jedi Masters, who has taught pupils such as Count Dooku, Ki-Adi-Mundi, Luke Skywalker, and Luke's nephew, Anakin Solo, from the books. Yoda died in 4 ABY, living to be 900 years old. That's good for his age. One of Yoda's last words were, "Luke, there is another Skywalker," before he passed away. But of course, he returns as a Force ghost. And again as a Force ghost. Summoning Force lightning. Yeah, that's the thing now. Back to the facts. There's a worm discovered 1.5 miles beneath the Atlantic in 2012. Now, this worm has some really interesting features, as it has large lips on the sides, which looks very similar to the head of Yoda's. Well, this worm was named after the Jedi Master himself, Yoda Purpurata. Now, as you can see, Yoda has some few common similarities with Kermit. One being that they're both puppets. Two, they're both associated with Jim Henson Studios. And three, their skin color. But it actually goes even further than that. You see, George Lucas served as an executive producer for the movie The Labyrinth in 1986, which was directed by none other than Jim Henson. Also, did you know that Jim Henson and Frank Oz co-directed the film Dark Crystal in 1982, which was produced by Star Wars producer Gary Kurtz. The rabbit hole just keeps going deeper and deeper and deeper. Yoda was designed by Stuart Freeburn, who worked directly with Jim Henson in The Great Muppet Caper. He also worked on other puppets in the Star Wars, including Chewbacca and the creation of Jabba the Hutt. And just one more little fun fact about the little green guy himself. George Lucas actually joked that Yoda was the legitimate love child of Kermit and Miss Piggy. I mean, clearly we see it. He has his mother's ears and his father's eyes. Yeah, definitely that's the case. And in August 1979, Henson and Oz brought in the two for the behind the scenes of Empire Strikes Back. And these are some facts on the master himself. From films, to games, to animated series, Yoda is boss. May the Force be with him. Kermit and Yoda just chilling out, drinking a nice cold beverage. But they're not drinking an ordinary drink. They're taking a sip of a nice cold Shamrock Shake. Before I close off this episode, I want to give out some really quick facts on this nice green treat. The Shamrock Shake, as you all know, is made by McDonald's. It has a pale green color and it's topped with whipped cream and a nice cherry on top. It's sold every year around the time of St. Patrick's Day. But did you know that the Shamrock Shake was actually created for a charity? In the early 1970s, a football player from the Philadelphia Eagles, Fred Hills, had her young daughter, Kim, treated for leukemia at a hospital. During the wait, him and his wife saw other families cramped up in waiting rooms, as they as well waited for results for their sick children. Not only did they have a place to sleep, but it was also very expensive due to medical costs and travel costs. So, Fred took the opportunity to make a difference. His idea was to raise funds. The Eagle manager, Jim Murray, contacted Dan Tuckman, who worked at the local McDonald's advertising agency. He wanted to promote a new shake, which was originally called the St. Patrick's Day Shake. But then they later changed it to the Shamrock Shake. The Mickey D founder, Ray Kroc, and a regional manager, Ed Rinsey, helped support to promote the shake, which all profits were donated to the cause. It's also no surprise that the Shamrock Shake also shares the exact same color for the Eagles team. In 1974, the profits helped create the Ronald McDonald House, which helped provide housing and other services for sick children and their families. The Shamrock Shake was discontinued in the 1990s, but was brought back in the 2000s due to customer demands. It is also now available in Canada and Ireland. In the 1980s, McDonald's created the Shamrock Sundae, but was discontinued for low sales. From the beginning, the Shamrock Shake went through some different stages. From 1970 to 1983, it changed from lemon lime sherbets to vanilla with a little food coloring to finally the mint flavor. back in the day, the Shamrock Shake also had its own mascot by the name of Uncle Old Grimacy. Today, sales no longer go through the charity network, but there have been some publicity stunts to promote the shake, including a 24-foot replica of the Shamrock Shake, which was dumped into the Chicago River. Now that explains it all. Well, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for listening to me ramble about the facts of everything that's green. Episode 4 will be coming out very soon, but until then, take care. Hey everyone, this is Jordan from Madtown Studios. I hope you enjoyed this video. I will be putting up new content each month. Down below in the comments, if you have any questions for me or if you have any recommendations of what I should draw, please let me know. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. And if you'd like to see more updates from Madtown Studios, tap that subscribe button down below. Well, see you next time. Peace.